Hello, I'm Tim Treml from the Bank of Luxemburg, and I am the Chief Lending Officer here at the Bank of Luxemburg. And today we're going to talk about establishing a credit history and the importance of a credit history for you. Those of you who don't know you have a credit history, you do have a credit history. How many of you have a cell phone and are making that payment online or making that payment every month? How many of you are paying your auto insurance on a monthly basis or every 6 months? Those are the kind of things you're doing that are establishing a credit history for you today. Same thing with making your rent payment. You're establishing a pattern and practice of paying your bills on a timely basis. And that's really what a credit history is. The first time you come into the Bank of Luxembourg and apply for a loan, we'll ask you, do you have any bills, anybody you're making monthly payments to? And you'll be able to say, well, my cell phone bill, I pay my insurance, I pay my rent, utilities. We'll be able to check that. And if you are making those payments on time as agreed, you have established credit. You just haven't established it here at the Bank of Luxembourg. So that's why it's important, far more important for you to make those payments on a timely basis than you really realize. The other thing that can really help or hinder your establishment of your credit history would be any medical bills or doctor bills that sometimes get left unpaid, even $20, $30. Those get reported. And once some negativity comes into your credit history, it's much harder to replace that than it is to establish with new credit history. Think of your credit score as like your GPA, whether you're coming out of high school or coming out of college, right? If you start with a 4.0 and you get a 4.0 for a year or two, it's pretty easy to maintain a 3.5 even if you get a C, right? But if you start with a bunch of C's, it's going to be much harder to get to that higher number. Credit scores range from in the 400s to the 800s, and it all depends upon the varying levels of what your activity, how much debt there is, who you're making the payments to. How a credit score is truly calculated and derived is one of the most well-kept secrets in the world. It's like getting the climb to the Fort Knox where all the gold is kept. When you figure that out, you'll be the first one to know. But it really goes to making systematic monthly payments, payments on time, and not having any judgments or collections out there for you. One simple way for you to establish some credit history would be to, here at the Bank of Luxembourg, come in for maybe a loan, $500 or $1,000. Even if you have no real purpose with that money, just put it into a savings account, make regular monthly payments on it, set it up to come out of your checking or savings account on a monthly basis, and make that payment every month for 12 months. Don't pay it off early, because what that shows is you're able to make your car insurance payment and still make your loan payment. You're able to deal with Christmas. We all know we overspend a little bit at Christmas and still make your loan payment. Birthdays. You're able to deal with the day-to-day things in a year that could influence how you make your monthly loan payments, and you're still able to make your monthly loan payments. And when you do that, you will have established excellent credit both here at the Bank of Luxembourg and elsewhere. I caution you not to take the first credit card offer that comes along, and if you do, make sure you keep your balance very low, $500-600. As college students or young professionals, you don't really need much more than that, and just make sure that you make your monthly payment every month and try to pay it off every month. At the Bank of Luxembourg, as important as credit scores are, we still very much will look past the credit score and look to you as an individual to see if we can still help you out, even if you do have a bad mark or a blemish on your credit history. If there's a reasonable explanation, we are not a lender that's just going to take your credit score as 700 and you want this, boom, here's your interest rate. We are going to look at you as the person and decide, use the credit score as one factor in deciding if you would qualify for the loan. So, I would encourage you to come talk to any loan officer here at the Bank of Luxembourg if you have any other further questions about establishing a credit history, what's in your credit score, how do you get started, opening up checking savings accounts. Any of our loan officers here are well versed and will have that knowledge and will be able to help you and get you down the right path to obtaining and maintaining a high credit score. Thank you very much for your time.